Today is going to be a great day. I am Nikki G, your host, and welcome to the Lone Doctrine, the food for thought exploration station and your place in making today better than yesterday. This month, we've been focusing on the importance of taking action and creating a lifestyle that will consistently support your mental well-being. The Lone Doctrine is your exploration station, a place to explore a wide spectrum of life's food for thought so you can make this one and only life the best life. The world contains seeds of greatness. They're all around us. And with that today, I'd like to share with you how to train yourself to stay focused by the Zen habits. It's a common problem these days. Switching between browser tabs and apps on your phone, checking social media and messages and email, thinking about the million things you have to do but putting them off. Anything but staying focused on one task at a time. And it's hard to break out of the mental habit of switching, being distracted, letting the monkey mind jump from one shiny thing to the next. So how do you train your mind to stay more focused? It's possible to get better at focusing, but I don't recommend expecting to be focused anywhere close to 100% of the time, not even 80% of the time, and perhaps not even 50% of the time. Just more than now, which is more than enough to see big differences in effectiveness in your day. So let's start with the why. Why should you care about this? It's best to give this a moment's thought before diving into any plan, because when things get uncomfortable, you have to know your why. Otherwise, you'll crumble at the first urge to switch. This is important because constantly switching and distraction leads to your time being frittered away, so that the days go by and you've barely done anything important. You've procrastinated on the big task to take care of the little ones, and worst yet, squandered the day in distractions. Your life is too precious to waste. You want to have better days. Staying focused on one task at a time, at least for some of the day, will help you get the important things done. Writing, programming, studying, taking care of finances, creating of any kind, and so on. Those things tend to get pushed back, but staying on task will increase your effectiveness with the most important things by leaps and bounds. If you're feeling stressed out about all you have to do, unhappy with your lack of focus, then this one skill will help you turn that around in a big way. So let's move on to the how. Here's the method. It's fairly simple. Number 1, pick an MIT. First thing in the morning, before you get on your phone or online, think about what you need to do. What would make the biggest difference in your life? Your work. If you have several, it doesn't matter. Just randomly choose one for now. You can get to the others later. Don't waste your time in indecision. The point is to practice with one task. This one task you choose for today is your most important task, your MIT. Number 2, do a 15-minute focus session. As soon as you start working for the day, maybe after getting ready, eating, yoga, meditation, workout, whatever your morning routine is, clear away all your browser tabs, applications, and anything you don't need for your MIT for today. Start a timer for 15 minutes. And number 3, you only have 2 choices. For these 15 minutes, you cannot switch to anything else. Don't check your email, don't check messages, social media, doing other work tasks, cleaning your desk. You can only A, work on your MIT, or B, sit there and do nothing. Those are your only options. Watch your urges to switch, but don't follow them. Finding a partner that will keep you accountable is so beneficial. You can use an online spreadsheet or use an accountability app that they can see And after your focus session each day, check it that you did it. That's it. One focus session a day for at least 2 weeks. If you do great, add a second focus session each day with a 10-minute break in between sessions. If you have any trouble at all, stick to one session a day for the first month before adding a second. After 6 weeks or 2 months, you should be fairly good at doing 2 15-minute focus sessions, and you could probably add a third, and then a fourth when it gets easier. Stop there for a while and then add another session in the afternoon. Now, this is just a method to try, especially if you have trouble being focused. These are the first steps, because sometimes when we have this all or nothing mentality, it stops us from moving forward. All of these small steps create this great compound effect. So here's some important tips to think about. With that simple method in mind, here's some ideas. Turn off your internet, like disconnect from Wi-Fi or turn off your router or unplug your computer if you have to. Turn off the phone, close your browser, all the applications. If for some reason you need the internet for your task, then close all the tabs, but the 1 or 2 that you need for the task, and don't let yourself open anything else. If you turn off the internet, keep a pencil and paper nearby. If you have an idea, a task you need to remember, anything you want to look up, jot it down on the paper. You can get to those later, but don't allow yourself to switch. Don't allow yourself to rationalize putting off the session. It's easy to say, I'll get to it in a bit, but then you're putting off until late morning and then the afternoon, and finally you're doing it at 8 p.m. just to say you did it. This defeats the purpose of the practice. Watch your rationalizations and don't fall for them. That said, don't aim for being perfect. There are some days when you just can't do it. For me, it's when I travel or have guests. If something big has come up where you don't have time, don't stress about missing a day. Get back on it as soon as you can. Worrying about keeping a streak going is counterproductive. If 15 minutes is too long, try 10 minutes. If that's too long, try 5. Increase your number of sessions as slowly as you can. There's no rush to do more. Focus on building a solid foundation. Okay, now you have this method. Now get on the practice. I always have said practice with purpose. It's important, of course, to listen, but in order to make real change, we have to take action. It's not always easy. Sometimes it takes practice. Have you ever gone through a particular scenario more than once? Do you feel like you keep making the same mistake? Do you find yourself feeling drained, stressed, and grumpy? There comes a time where you could read all the inspirational quotes in the world, but if you don't take action, if you don't start even with one small step, you'll end up on a merry-go-round. Here's a great quote to inspire action. Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. So today, right now, how are you going to start creating a lifestyle that keeps your mind on the right track? Make the change, and until next time, keep fighting the good fight.
It's up.